The biggest of these games is the second matchup between the LA Lakers and the LA Clippers. Both teams are at home and both teams are away, actually. Fun fact. Stupid joke. No, you don't have to clap. It wasn't funny.
Tiger, baby. Golf clap.
It wasn't funny. So, do you expect the same outcome as the first time that they matched up, or do you expect things to go a little differently this time?
Well, first of all, the NBA should have a flex scheduling for Christmas games like the NFL does. I talked to Jason about that. There's some pretty crappy games on Christmas. Probably flex some others.
Golden State's
there is the worst team in the league right now. But anyways, yeah, when you look at the Lakers, I mean, they're off to a ridiculous start to 24-4, I think.
Yeah.
They already have a 5-game lead on the LA Clippers. You kind of look at the way LeBron's playing. I mean, he looks like 10 years ago, LeBron. He's just playing out of his mind. Anthony Davis is looking really good. One of the things when you look at the Clippers, though, is what you expected to be a strength, and it's coming around a little bit, is that depth, that bench depth that we talked about. I mean, they're doing what they need to do for the most part, but they were so strong last year. I mean, they looked lifeless, and then all of a sudden that team went into the playoffs, without a Kawhi, without a PG, and now you kind of look at them this year. They're there, but I feel like there's a lot more to be desired with players like Landry Shamet. Oh my God, the heart begins with an H. Why can't
Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, this is a game we're all looking forward to watching. I mean.
Well, obviously, it's been the one marked on the calendar since the Lakers and Clippers matched up the first time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Lakers about to get that W on Christmas. They are. They're going to go in and they're going to show that they are the best.
They're going to go into their home away stadium.
They're going to roll in. LeBron's going to have his bottle of rosé or something, walking in a sports coat and turtleneck, his Christmas Day attire, and he and AD are about to get that Christmas Day W. So, like you said, the Lakers have looked absolutely incredible over the past month or so. And you hit it. The concern in the season for the Lakers was defense and depth, whereas that was a strength going in for the Clippers. And the Clippers are still very strong defensively.
Right.
But as you said, the depth is an issue, whereas the depth kind of seems like one of the Lakers' strengths right now. So obviously LeBron and Anthony Davis are both playing at MVP levels. But they do have a bunch of other guys like a George Hill.
Dwight Howard.
Like a Dwight Howard, like an Anthony Caruso that they can bring off the bench, and they can be impactful both offensively and defensively. And the Lakers had a bunch of question marks going in this season, and it seems like almost all of them are working right now. So LeBron as a point guard, no one knew exactly how that was going to work. The team is thriving, and Rondo seems to have no issues coming off the bench and kind of leading the show in that second unit. He's averaging a career high as a three-point shooter. He's up around 43%, I believe, which is crazy. I think his best in his career has been like 37. But Dwight Howard's been resurrected, like we said. And they may not have a Lou Williams or a Montrezl Harrell, but they do have guys like Avery Bradley, Alex Caruso, to come off the bench and make an impact. Now, my one concern for this Christmas Day game is that the health and status of Kyle Kuzma is still kind of up in the air.
Yeah.
It's unsure whether or not he's going to play. But I think even without him, that they have enough to take down the Clippers. And what you're seeing is that the Lakers are taking this regular season a lot more seriously because they did have a lot more question marks. Like I said, they had more kinks to work out. And it seems like that they're just figuring it out a lot quicker than they thought they would. Whereas with the Clippers, you can tell they have this feeling that they just kind of trust that when the season gets closer to the playoffs, they're just going to be able to kick it into gear.
Yeah, and there was that portion of season where Kawhi missed quite a few games, too, with that knee or ankle injury or load management, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, and then Paul George came back. So I think they're all just kind of, feeling each other out here, too, themselves. So, and they're still playing good ball.
Oh, absolutely.
While,
it's not like they're sitting there hovering above 500 or
Yeah,
anything.
right.
They're just not this incredibly dominant team like we all assume they will be once they decide to commit.
Right.
Anyway, the second big matchup, and obviously there are more than two games, but we're just focusing on two right now. Second big matchup that we're going to talk about is when the Philadelphia 76ers take on the Eastern Conference leaders right now, the Milwaukee Bucks. So again, what do you think is going to happen when Embiid faces off against Giannis?
Yeah, so when you look at it, you look at the success that Al Horford had guarding Giannis in his time in Boston. Will that translate to that Philly defense with a Ben Simmons, with an Embiid, who also have had somewhat success guarding Giannis? Those three guys, it's basically trying to slow him down, who has even taken it up another notch from last year, you feel, with Giannis. I mean, Nick, he's just balling out, and it shows with that Milwaukee team. You thought they might be hurting a little bit with a couple guys they lost in the offseason. Clearly not the case. They only have 3 or 4 losses, another 4 or 5 game lead on, I think the Sixers are actually in second place right now as well. So, but yeah, and then when you look at a player like Joel Embiid, who's obviously the heart and soul of that team, no matter how good a Ben or Tobias Harris playing at all-star level right now himself too. But Joel Embiid needs to go in there and dominate like he did against Boston earlier last week or the middle of last week, showing that he's the best player on the floor, not turning the ball over. Give it to him on the post. Make it, just push whoever he's guarding. I forget who their big man is. I won't be honest, but I forget who it is. Just back him down and get to the rim and score. I feel like Joel Embiid gets a little lazy at times, and now I don't know if you saw Chuck and Shaq kind of calling him out a little bit on TNT not too long ago.
Yeah, and usually these types of games he'll show up for.
Yeah, and it's on Christmas. Joel Embiid loves to give the people what they want on Christmas.
He's just like us here at the Practice Squad
Santa
podcast.
Joel,
he likes to put on a show.
Yeah, exactly. And who doesn't, But yeah, and again, like I said, Tobias Harris is playing at all-star level right now, and it sure looks like they hit on Matisse Thybulle in the draft.
It does. He looks like he's
playing really good right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to tell
Sixers win.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The Sixers don't want no part of the Milwaukee Bucks right now, man. They don't want to see them. So they just lost to Dallas on Monday, which was which snapped an 18-game win streak. This team is absolutely cooking right now. And I do get the concern with Philadelphia's big man stops Giannis a little bit, but this dude is playing on another level right now. So, he's averaging over 30 points a game, only behind James Harden in terms of leading the league in scoring this year. And he really is the type of guy that cannot be stopped when he's going to the basket. And he is shooting a little bit better from the free throw line this year. And he also has developed a bit of a jumper, so those Philadelphia Sixers big guys are going to have to respect that a little bit more. So I get on the defensive side, I'll admit, Philadelphia is a little bit better. But it's not like Milwaukee is a bunch of slouches on the defensive end. They're middle of the pack in most categories, and actually they do lead the league in rebounding. But looking at these two teams offensively, man, you just can't compare them right now. So like I said, Giannis is absolutely going off, but the team is also leading the NBA in scoring overall. They're second in three-pointers made, second in shooting percentage, and they just have offensive depth that Philadelphia does not. So I had mentioned George Hill a little while ago. He's shooting over 55% from three-pointer over the last 3 games. They also have guys like Kyle Korver and Ilyasova who can shoot the lights out. And then they've got the Lopez brothers at big men who can stretch the floor as three-point shooters, and it gives them 2 bodies to rotate in and out to keep on Joel Embiid. So he's going to be able to do what he wants with them for the most part, but once again, they are 2 7-footers that can at least tire him out. So by the fourth quarter, we'll see how effective he is. And then obviously, Philadelphia, Ben Simmons does not present the offensive firepower that a guy like Chris Middleton does for Milwaukee as a number 2. So I just see Milwaukee going in there, chipping away, having about a 5-point edge each quarter. By the end of it, we're looking at a 15, 20-point game. I think the Sixers get smoked on Christmas. If the fans could bring snowballs into the arena, they would, and throw them at Joel Embiid.
And I'm going to peg you with a snowball here. You keep that talk up.
I just speak the truth, man. I don't want to.
15, 20
I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but the Bucks are going to make a statement here.
I think that game's in Philly.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to remember.
That game Giannis got, that travels. That travels.
He travels. All basketball players travel.
It was a travel. He just gets from half court to the free throw line in 2 steps, man. Because
dribbles.
His legs are like 11 feet long.
He is a Greek freak.
He really is a Greek freak. The name does suit him.